Good morning, everyone. I'd like you to remember for a moment that feeling when you had a pebble in your shoe and that sharp pain. And this is a great analogy for the experience that amputees feel because their sockets, which are static, don't adjust. And so that sharp pain is a feeling that they get because these devices need to continually evolve with the body, but they don't. So my name is Jason Hill. I'm the founder and CEO of Beth. And what we do is we make adjustable interfaces. Our first product is targeted at people that wear prosthetic devices. This will also save a lot of money in the fabrication process, and that'll have a huge impact, which I'm excited to tell you about. So a little bit about myself. I'm an industrial designer. Work with a team of clinicians and scientists, working with institutions all over the world to really improve what we do for amputees. So this is the simple problem. You can have the most advanced robotic foot or knee. However, if that connecting interface is a bad fit, you're not going to wear it. That becomes totally useless. And so the way that they make this today hasn't really changed since World War II. It uses a plaster molding process, and that is discarded, and it is a constant adjustment. In the early years of an amputation, you might go through 5 or 6 of these in the first 2 years, and that really impacts your life. So in the world today, about 1 in 200 people live with limb loss. Everyone experiences volume change with you have salty food. There's a number of reasons that you can have volume loss. It happens during the day. It also happens while you're walking. It's very subtle. Unfortunately, it's a growing population because of vascular disease. And unfortunately, the training required to fabricate in this old way has created a shortage worldwide. So our solution is simple. We actually make a sock, which you see in here. And that sock uses the same clinical workflow, but it creates an adjustable fit and a control unit so that the amputee can easily and discreetly adjust the fit. It's a very simple concept. If you've ever bought a vacuum packed bag of coffee grounds, it's hard like a brick. When you puncture it, it's soft and pliable. We're working with Baylor College of Medicine and the VA this winter to test this device. Our prototypes, we've gotten great response. Amputees love this. So the real impact is that in the process, whether you're in Sierra Leone or at major universities in the US, it is an iterative molding process. This woman is chiseling away plaster. This is having one of our top prosthetic skills. We're going to reduce this process. We've already shown to be able to get a comfortable fit in 5 hours instead of, on average, 17 days. We also don't require pre-market approval, and I'll just wrap it up there. Thank you very much.
I'll take the first question. How much cheaper are you than other companies?
I'm sorry.
How much cheaper?
Oh, how much cheaper? So today, the devices we are making are made with a few more materials than the existing solution. So for instance, this device today is about $300 in the US. The cost to make that is much, much lower. And we're going to be on the high end of that because we're a little bit more complex. But the value that we create in reducing the time spent will be able, that's where the savings happens for the provider.
So you talked extensively about the product, which is helpful. Can you talk a little bit more about the business model?
Sure. So we sell a control unit, which is here. This is a reimbursable pump, and then prosthetic liners. Liners are like socks. They're regularly used. In the US, Medicare pays for about 2 of these a year. So we basically, in the initial fitting, we sell the control unit, which is a simple pump, and the liner. And that device gets fabricated over that. And we can expect with our initial results that we'll extend the life of that, and they'll just require regular replacement of that liner. So it's a durable and consumable medical device.
How big is your team, and how are you going to take this to market, and how much money do you think you're going to need to do that?
So we're a small product development focused team right now. We have advisors. Just a quick thing, we have the former Commissioner of Disabilities from Boston on our team. We have 2 clinicians who are also lower limb prosthetic users. We need about $3 million to get to cash flow break even. This is serving about 3,500 patients of our first market segment that's 400,000 people.
You mentioned Sierra Leone in your presentation. What's your plan for getting this to everyone who could benefit from it?
So the liner itself is actually very simple. It's a silicone product that is readily available. The granular media in there is actually a available plastic. So with scale, we can see the cost of this dramatically dropping. The control unit today, we're working with the existing reimbursement structure in the US, and so we're using an electromechanical system. But this could be just a simple one-way valve using a brake bleeder pump from a car. That's about a $6 pump. So we could actually see this become a very low-cost product.
The last 15 seconds. You mentioned 3,500 patients earlier. How are you going to measure impact? Is it the number of people that are, successfully fitted?
Absolutely, and the time that is saved, because that will have the ripple effect through the whole industry if we reduce the time. Yeah.
Sorry, time limits. Thank you very much.